So I haven't done any really how-to videos, so I figured I'd take a crack at one. I just changed out this stock market radio in my '04 Honda Accord, and I decided to do this video because I don't see too many, or didn't see any, with my particular model, which is the 7BK1. So the placement of the wires are a little different, so that's why I decided to do this video, but I figured I can go through and show you how to dismantle this little console here. So basically, I start off by popping off this little tab down here. It should pop right out. I apologize, I'll be doing this with one hand. So this little tab pops out. I'll just pull this out and just kind of set it aside. And then from there, you got the gear shifter release, which just kind of got to pop in there, push down, and then you're able to kind of put the car into any gear you want. So I kind of, pull it up there, so it gives me a little more room to work with. And then I start by prying open this little hatch here. I kind of worked my way underneath here with my little pry tool. Just kind of popped up this side, popped up that side, and I was able to squeeze in and just kind of pop up the rest on each side over here. And this comes out. There are some cables if you got seat warmers. So those are down in here. There's little releases on each side. You can see that. There's one right here. And they just pop right out. Trying to get this. Sorry, I'm doing this one hand. Sorry about that. It comes right out, as you can see. We got one on this side as well, so we can actually try and do this from here. Just gonna give a little pull. There you go. Comes right out. Then in here, this I kind of started to do this a little bit already. This little tray might be taped on a little bit, but just get your tool in there. Just stick it in. You're able to kind of pry it up a little bit, and this whole thing comes out. So once that's out, if you look way down in there, sorry, it's a little dirty. There's two screws, one there and one there, that I already took out. And then once that's out, this just kind of lifts up. You got another little cord here. You can disconnect this if you want, or you can just kind of lay it to the side. I'm going to actually just go ahead and pop this off. A little tab right there. Just take it, give it a yank, it comes right out, as you can see. And from there, you got two more screws, one there, and one over on this side. So I'm just going to take those out real quick. One. I don't want to lose that screw, so let me kind of get in here, pull that out. Alright, and then from there, I had a little bit of trouble getting this console out at first. Didn't realize that this actually has to be closed. If you try and get this out while it's open like that, you're never going to get it out. And you're just going to have nothing but a hard time. So make sure you kind of close that. And then from there, what you want to do is you want to kind of just loosen this up a little bit at the bottom. And then get your pry tool and stick it up in here. But you still want to push this down a little bit. Let's see if I can kind of get in there and do that. Get your pry tool in there, and then just pull the whole thing out. see. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then kind of, you got a couple tabs up here that you got to kind of loosen. There you go. Boom. And you got this whole console that slides out. So we got this whole unit here. Let me get this out with one hand. I'm trying. Apologize, folks. Hang on, put you guys down. Alright, sorry, I just have to put you down to get this out over here. And this whole thing comes out. Now I do have a Bluetooth GTA car kit hooked up. I bought this off of eBay, hoping my temperature controls would fix, but it doesn't. I've tried changing my transistor, which is actually hanging down there. I tried the fan, I changed the fuses, and I changed out the stereo itself with the climate controls, and it still doesn't work. So one thing that did happen with this radio is that I would be fine with that because I actually have a little switch that I hooked up here. So I can still have heat, which is wired directly to my transistor down there. I just kind of jumped the wires. Otherwise I had no heat, and it's pretty cold here in the winter. So I just kind of rigged it that way. That's my main sole purpose I bought this off of eBay. But I'd keep this in here. But what happened was the CD player actually isn't working. It won't take CDs. So I decided to run a little test here. So I'm gonna actually this is the main point I wanted to show everybody, because this is the little difference between the radios. Because I believe there's a 7BK2, and again this is a 7BK1. A lot of videos show the wires coming right down to here, and they're kind of hanging down right here. This is my wire and harness for my satellite radio, which I don't use. I have the car kit hooked up into it. And here's my power wire and all the speakers and everything. But the main difference in this one, all the wires are facing backwards. They're actually pointing towards the firewall instead of straight down. That's why it's a little more difficult to kind of get out. But like I said, it's still just a little push tab. Let's see if I can do this with one hand here. It's still just a little push tab that has to be pushed in. And it should pop right out. If this wasn't in the way. And if you don't have satellite radio, this is the connector that you would get to install Bluetooth in your car. So there's my Bluetooth cable there. And basically it's the same adapter, fits right in, plugs into my GTA car kit right here. And I have auxiliary, and I also have a charging port on here, which I wired. I don't have to drill any holes. A lot of people I see drill holes in here. I don't have to drill any holes. You know, I didn't go through the top. I drill holes at the bottom. There's a little soft rubber, or not even rubber. It's like fabric, like right here. So I just kind of pulled this one back a little bit, and I was able to stick the wires right in. This way, I can always just glue that back on if I really ever wanted to. And you know, I'm not damaging this unit here. So I'm just going to kind of stick that to the side. So I'll leave it there. I'm actually going to end up taking this radio out and probably install my original one that I had, because the CD player still worked on that, and hook up my Bluetooth in there, and just keep using my little kill switch to run my heat for now. So I'll do another video on how to actually remove this, because you got to take this whole top panel piece off. There's a couple screws and then a couple fasteners that are in there. So I'll see you in the next video.